Me and Lee were talking.
All right, we are now live. I'm going to give it a few seconds for people to get in, and then we will give the introduction, give the draft results, and get things going.
One error we thought me and Lee were talking about we made is we should have had points for fan favorite. That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Next time.
I thought about that like halfway through the season. I was like, I feel like it's too late now.
Yeah. Once it started.
All right, ready to go.
I thought of a lot of things that would get me more points. But...
Welcome to the final installment of Season 2, TRHS versus the Survivor Specialist Draft Day final recap. We have the final results of which one of the drafters won. So, without further ado...
Wait, before we start that, wasn't there a rule that if you didn't show up to one of the podcasts, you lose points and you're automatically in fourth place?
No. Oh, so I forgot to mention, Robbie is not with us tonight. That's fine. We got the three of us. We're going to lock it down, and we're going to give you a quick recap of the season and, most importantly, the final results. So without further ado, here are the results. And Melissa and Anthony do not know them.
Nope,
so this
no
is
clue.
to them.
Drum roll.
In fourth place with a score in the
fourth
digits.
Place.
Of how many points?
I have 107 points. And the furthest person for me that went was Corey, and he was 8th place. So I did not get anyone above 8th place. So
but you did get that bonus for having so many voted out.
10-point bonus for Corey getting voted out where I went voted out. So if that hadn't happened, I would have gotten double digits.
Double digits. Wow.
That would have been very, very, very sad. Anyway.
Terrible, man.
Yes. Anyways. In third place, we have Melissa with 177 points. That is 70 points higher than me from third place.
It's because there's only 8 specialists on the whole entire tribe, so...
And in second place with a score of... Oh, sorry. Now, why am I saying second place? And the winner with a score of 191, beating second place of 182.
It was close.
Robbie in winning the draft, and Anthony the runner-up.
Nice.
I'm happy with that. That was.
So I have to say, because I was keeping scores for most of the thing, and Anthony was getting close pretty well. I mean, if Denny wouldn't have won, Anthony would have swept us.
Anthony, you had 161 going into final tribal council, and Robbie had 160.
Wow, I know it was getting close. Wow, that's good.
And Melissa, you had like 150 something.
Yeah, I think it was 157. We were like 5-10 points apart from each other at least.
Yeah, and there's me at 107. So we're not going to talk about that.
Wait,
anyway,
so how many points did he beat me by? What was it again? Say it one more time.
You beat me by Melissa.
No. Robbie and me. You were in the pack.
Sorry. Robbie had 181 or 191, and Anthony, you had 182, beating you by 9 points.
9 points. Wow. Congratulations, Robbie. Good job, man. Good job.
Yeah. So, but
I still say that he gets negative 20 points just for not being here tonight, no matter what.
I mean,
we can all agree that he won due to his luck in the draft of getting first, and then all the other things, and then doing the cast assessment.
Yeah, he knew way more than we did.
That was good.
So
that was close.
On the talk shit about Robbie show. So
right. Okay, I just thought of a question just offhand. So I kind of know who yours is, Lee. Well, who was your MVP of points for everybody? I know Robbie's had to be Denny because Denny was getting him points left and right with confessionals and everything. Yeah, there we go. I guess mine had to be Frank, and Logan, but Frank, I think by far got me the most points. I would say Cameron for you, Lee, got you the most points.
Who's Cameron?
No,
Corey.
Corey Conway. Sorry. See, I told you my brain.
Yeah, so Corey got me the most points because he got an idol, he won a challenge, he had a good amount of confessionals, and he was voted out where I was. So without Corey, I'd probably be in like the 50s.
Right. Yeah. And then who for you, Melissa? Rob? Or
no, I'd probabably say Phil. Phil was probably the one that got me the most points. Because same thing, he actually found 2 idols. He had a few confessionals. Unfortunately, everybody else that I had, they didn't have many confessionals at all. Like Annabelle, she barely had any.
Right.
Jeremy barely had any. Rob had a few, but I wouldn't even say he had that much. So, yeah. As far as my confessionals count goes, I was probably the lowest as far as confessionals.
Okay. And you hung in there too at the point. I was always a little bit behind, but it was a pretty tight race with Melissa, me, and Robbie the last 5-6 episodes, maybe a little more.
It was a close race.
Yeah, that was
good. The fact that you were the last one to lose, me and Robbie were on one person for probably the last 4 episodes, and you still had 3.
I know.
So
I know.
Because I lost Jeremy and Phil in the same episode. And that left me only Rob. Sorry, not Robbie.
Right.
And you still had Frank, Logan,
and Carrie.
Carrie.
I think I lost Carrie and Logan back to back. Didn't they get voted out back to back?
Yeah,
it was pretty quick. Yeah. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. After every single person that Anthony picked in the draft, besides Carrie, I thought were horrible picks. Well, I was right on 2 of them, but the other 2 I was completely off. Like Frank, I thought he was going to do horribly. I also thought Logan wasn't.
You have to highlight what Phil said because he's true. He did do everything that he possibly could for me.
Yeah, that's true.
And up until last night, I got on a Zoom with some of the cast. Up until last night, this is how stupid I am. I thought the Phil that played was the Phil from Phil and Alexa, the Survivor Specialist. I didn't know that wasn't him. I thought that was him. They're like, no. We're like, okay. I never seen him before. I was like, man, this guy's really involved. It's crazy.
So Phil became a TRHS member after the show. After I guess the show came on, and he's actually been really, really active in TRHS. So he's like, been. So I think everybody's gonna get to know him really well.
Yeah. So I got to say, Lauren she wasn't lying when she said this season was really good, and it, because
not better than season 1.
Right. Season 1, we thought, man, there's no way they can be better than us or better gameplay.
They were better than us, and they were better game players than us.
She did say that everybody came to play and everybody brought it, and she was, except for a couple people, she was right. Everybody came, pretty cutthroat. What'd I say?
What did I say?
He doesn't remember anymore.
It was funny though. It was hysterical.
Right.
So basically what we're going to do next is we are going to give a 1-word adjective for each one of our players. So
are you going to do them in order that they were voted out? I have it all in order on that.
Yeah. That's what I'll do. So first is Joe, and for Joe I'd put unlucky. He got really, really unlucky. And it sucked because I wanted to see him win or at least go really far. But he was cut 2 days into the game after pre-gaming for 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That hurts.
And we got to take turns for Robbie's people, I guess.
Yeah. So in 19th is Christian. And we should all chime in for these for Robbie's. I would say for Christian, Ghost. I don't think we ever saw him really.
I'd have to say Silent too. From what I understood, I mean, there was not much that we've seen from him.
Yeah.
I agree.
18th is Karen Coolman. That's you, Anthony.
I was okay. I thought I was. I don't want to say disappointing because that's not her. I was disappointed in how fast she got voted out, but what she said at the reunion, it kind of rang true. I know I'm not sticking to a one-word answer, but she just said she felt really bad how she went out until she see the whole season go on, and she was like, there were so many blind sides, there were so many. It was just kind of the norm that season. So, she wasn't surprised. I think we should do that too. Season 1 versus.
I know, right? That's not a bad idea. In 17th place is you again, Anthony. Ben Stone.
He cracks me up. Just his the way he is. He was in a rough spot too. With those you almost know you're going home. Well, you're going home, and there's really not much you can do about it. I thought he was in that position. What's the dude's name? Melissa, your guy with the curly hair. He was so funny. He had the Captain America.
That wasn't mine. That was Andrew.
Oh, okay. I thought he was in that position too. Just kind of stuck. You can't. You can't do anything about it. Savage. Yeah. Okay, that's the word I'll use. Savage.
16th is you, Melissa, John, David, Nelson.
You know what I want to say, but I would say that he was going to be a good villain.
Yeah.
I hate that he was blindsided the way that he was, because I think that he would have been an amazing character to go on with. I mean, the fact that he pretty much kicked ass. I thought he was like awesome. And his character that he brought to the show was just great.
I will say that I think if there's some sort of returnee season, one pre-merge player from this season, if I had to choose one, it would probably be John.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd agree with that. Him or McKenna. Or wait, did McKenna make the merge?
No. McKenna would be good too.
Yeah, I think McKenna would be good. Yeah.
Yeah. 15th is my guy who I traded for and swapped with Robbie, Sam Uhler. So for Sam, I'd say disinterested, although I think if he actually cared a little bit, he would have been freaking hilarious. I mean, in his exit interview, I could not stop laughing. I could not stop laughing.
I started laughing at Alex's comment, so... We haven't changed our mind.
Right. Yeah. That theory hasn't been proven wrong either.
In 14th place is Annabelle Self.
So Annabelle, she didn't have very many confessionals either, so that was a hard one because she just all of a sudden got voted out. But I think that she could have been a little silent killer. Just from the little bit that I've seen about her.
Yeah.
So.
All right. In 13th is the editor-in-chief, McKenna Feeney. Robbie was really high on her going into the season, and if she had made it if she had made it a little farther, I think she would have done really well if she made merge.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like she was kind of like the Karen from our season. Like, people are like, I like you, but I feel like you're gonna be a threat once merge comes, and because you're very intelligent.
She was the first one that I was kind of really impressed with, because she was the first one to actually start saying, I can't let Denny go this far. She was the first one to actually see it. So
That's
That
why I
was-
picked. That's why I picked Karen, because in our season I thought if she gets another shot, that's somebody that can make waves. You know what I mean? Further on, and McKenna is the same way.
Yeah.
And 12th is probably my favorite character of the season, Andrew Hayes, Captain America. What would I say about him? Just like the oddball, but he didn't really understand what was going on in the game, but his perception of what was going on was off, and the way he delivered it was just so unique and dysfunctional that it was hilarious.
Yeah, his
See, I thought you were
delivery.
gonna call him a challenge beast.
Right.
That too.
Yeah, he panics. Yeah.
And then in 11th, we have one more of my guy, Ian Moorhead. So I have to admit, out of all of my people at the after I drafted them, I thought Ian would go the farthest and possibly win. For some, there's just this feeling with Ian. I was like, I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, I can see that. He seemed like he could go far.
He had his shit together. He for sure had his shit together.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's just something I was like, I think he's going to go far. I can't pinpoint it, but that's just how I felt. So, in 10th place is Poop.
Okay, and I want to say he got voted out the same place as he did season 1.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
didn't realize that.
Yep,
And
he did.
It seemed like his game was, in
Got
my opinion, in the beginning, it seemed like his game was much improved. But then it seemed like maybe just, I wasn't in the game, obviously, but from other people's confessionals, it seemed like maybe the same place, same time. Kind of he might be the first to say this. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Poop, but he started getting the paranoia again and stuff like that. And that kind of crept in. Before that happened, I thought he was playing pretty well from what it seemed like.
Once the merge hit and there was all these new people, it was over. It was over for him.
So my adjective for Pook is just Pook. He pooked it.
Pook. Right, yeah.
Pook is the new adjective for Pook. He pooked it.
If you told me, I wouldn't have guessed he got voted out the same spot. I'm like, no, he did much better this. It's crazy.
And then in 9th place is Morgan Jackson, the person I traded away, unfortunately. If I had known she was a calculus teacher, I would not have done that.
Yeah.
But
she was like the Ashley of our season. Great in puzzles. Seemed like she was good at challenges, kind of methodical.
Oh, I was highly impressed with her. She would have been one that I would have wanted to work with big time because she was like amazing in her confessionals and everything. And she seemed loyal. She seemed like she'd be the loyal one. She wasn't all over the place. So,
yes,
absolutely. Morgan was definitely great in my eyes.
in 8th place, my final castaway voted out, Corey Conway. Corey was also someone I thought was going to do really well, and he did do pretty well because he found an idol, although didn't use it right or at all. But I liked Corey. He brought some energy in his confessionals. He wasn't the most flamboyant in your face person, but there was something there. There was something there, you know what I mean? So Corey is a person that I think could be asked to play again. There's a possibility of that.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, do you think his downfall was when he found the idol and then he basically would not give it to Denny like Frank suggested? Do you think that was his absolute downfall?
So
no, I don't.
maybe
I don't think that helped.
He really controlled it. But if I were Corey in that situation, and Frank doesn't run that by Corey, like asking that in front of Denny, I would have been pissed. If I were Corey, I would have lost it because you're throwing him under the bus, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
But that could have been self-serving in Frank's eyes, like
Yeah.
keep your enemies close, friends close, or whatever the saying is. Like, I want him close to me, but I don't want him to have an idol either. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
He's just looking out for you, Anthony.
Right. I thought his downfall was not downfall, but I thought maybe a move that he could have done a little bit better was he got Rob pretty mad at him, and I thought Rob could have been a good ally of his. When he kind of said he was going to go that route, and then he said, I was just acting when I said that. He even admitted, he said, I should have came clean to Rob and said, look, I'll go along with this, but this isn't real to me. But instead, he led on to Rob that he was truly doing that, and he lost an ally there. So,
all right.
I think that's maybe one thing that he said he would have changed.
In 7th, another possibly fan favorite and Melissa's fan favorite, Philip Conte.
Heck yeah. He was the man. So, and that's the one that I will say was the man. He did everything that I could possibly think that he did right, and he got voted out because he was a threat.
Yeah.
Right. I think he had the funniest confessional. I think he was talking about John when he was like, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. You don't got food or something like that. I was cracking up at that.
And then right after Philip was Jeremy Urban. Great name.
Yeah. Once again, he was so mellow. I would say that he was mellow. I mean, every confessional that I've seen of him, he was just kind of like laid back and chill. So I don't know how his gameplay was because they didn't emphasize on that too much. And I honestly don't know why he got voted out. It was just like okay, we got Phil out, and they automatically went to the next vote, and they were just like, they didn't even get to talk about it. They just voted him out.
Okay, so it's Philip Conti. Did you know that, Melissa?
Conti.
Isn't that what we're saying, Conti?
What did we say?
I said Conte. Well, I think I gave it a little like French on it, even though I don't even
He
speak.
does that to every name, so don't worry about that.
Right after Jeremy was Carrie.
Oh wait, Jeremy is a whiskey drinker too, so yeah, that's why I liked him.
Jeremy was Carrie, super controversial, went home, 50-50 flip of a coin.
Right.
That was crazy.
I thought Carrie was she just seemed like such a genuine person.
Yeah.
Kind of wear her heart on her sleeves type person. It didn't work out for her, but she did try to make that big move in the game by going against Frank and them. So she was playing. She wasn't there just to ride coattails. Yeah. I mean, she had a good alliance. When she thought it was time to jump ship, she went. So, I mean, I liked her game. And I do you guys really think it was 50-50 or coin flip, or do you think they just told her that?
Well, that's what they did, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what everyone has said.
Oh, okay.
That's what they showed in the confessionals, that they were like in a group chat and they did a coin flop, and Frank was like, well, luckily it landed on, I don't know if she was head or tails, but he was like, it landed on that, so that's going to work better for me because it's Carrie. So
okay.
So
I
thought that was a weird way to vote somebody out, but
she thought that was bad jury management, and I can see her point of view, but also I can see it where if she was in the jury and I could say it really was a coin flip. There you go. Look, I was fighting for you so much. It was so undecided, we had to flip a coin, something like that. So you could go kind of both ways, but I get it. I understand why she was upset.
That's very true, Alex.
And the person who lost the Final Four fire making challenge, Logan Davis. I have been saying he's gonna go, he's gonna go, he's gonna go, and I would just like to say I was right, even though I was maybe a little delayed or premature on my accusation, but I would just like to say that I was right. So
I know it's your guy, Anthony, but I would say that him for being the youngest guy, he was smart as heck. I mean, he was actually a strategic thinker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Ooh,
he even said it in
Lee.
his confession.
Oh, ouch, Lee.
Ooh, uh-oh. Gauntlet's been thrown down. No, he had his gameplay, like, I agree with Melissa, is kind of, he was kind of mature beyond his years when it came. He even said in his confessionals, I'm the young one. I'm supposed to be making rash decisions and stuff. But he seemed calm and kind of a thinker and kind of, him and Lee should team up on the next.
He was actually a leader in the older group. They just didn't let him think he was leading. He was actually a leader.
Yeah, I agree with that. I thought he played a great game.
Yeah. And then third place, Frank Goodpaster.
Right. I thought he played a great game.
I
thought he went in there with a huge target from winning the mini, and he's kind of loud, in your face type person. Talk a little junk, but I thought he had a huge target. I thought he played a great game, especially doing it at night. He works a night shift, so being on an opposite schedule, people might not read that too much into that, but I used to work a swing shift, so I couldn't imagine doing this right now. On a night shift, trying to work with everybody else's schedule. And I know they said that was kind of his downfall, was his lack of social game a little bit. But all in all, I got to give him. I thought he played a great game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think another thing about Frank's game, when he's loud and obnoxious and in your face, people are gonna go, okay, if we throw his name out, people hear about it. My game is blown up.
Yeah.
So people might be a little nervous to go after a big name or a big character like Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I think his bravado and stuff, I think that's strategic too. You know what I mean? Almost to get in other people's heads. I really do. There you go, Bob. Only if you're with us, Bob. Has to be a trio.
And then in second place, Robert Pedekowskis.
I would say he was 20 times better than his last game that he played.
More than that.
He loyal. He actually showed some loyalty on this one. He actually showed that he was a lot more social, and he did do some pretty damn funny confessionals.
Right.
Yeah, Rob is one that I think could play again. I think Rob could play again for sure, because I'm not gonna lie, going into the season, I think, okay, Rob might be talking a lot for the first few vote outs, and then he's gonna kind of dial it back again and kind of like be more in the background. But the whole time he was pushing the incentive. He was going, and applause to him. He figured out what he did wrong and corrected the next time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That he got second place and received 2 votes.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
He definitely gets most improved player.
And then finally, the person who won Robbie the draft, Denny Naprava.
Yep. I thought she played a very, very, very strategic game. Cutthroat. That if I could use one word, that would be it for Denny. But then it seemed like she was loyal to. It's like everybody thought that she was loyal to them, or a few people, but the couple people that she was loyal to, like Poop, for instance, seemed like she was loyal. But all in all, she was pretty cutthroat.
And also remember, you have to align with him and get him out at 10th place.
Right. Wait, Pook, Ashley aligned with you? Oh,
Yeah, Ashley was aligned with him.
Yeah, or at least voted with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's super interesting that there were 6 women playing our first game, I believe, and I think about 6 women, maybe a few more, playing this one, and
Well,
both.
all the names are in front of you.
What?
All the names are in front of you. You should know.
Well, yeah, well, but both seasons' winners have been women.
Yep.
Very nice.
Something we haven't seen in Survivor since season 34.
And who was the last woman Survivor winner? I can't remember.
Sarah Lacina in Game Changers.
Oh, it's been that long? Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's because this is more of a social game, and that's more of a strategy game. I mean, I hate saying it like that. It is what it is. This is just more of a social, and that's more physical and strategy. Not saying that females can't be. Okay, I'm going to shut up.
I thought the challenges this season were pretty good too. You know, they kind of mixed puzzles with physical, and I like that.
Yeah. Okay, so this has been the conclusion, the final recap of the season 2 TRHS versus Specialist draft. Robbie is the winner, Anthony's the runner-up, Melissa is in third, close behind, and I am in dead last, not anywhere close. Thank you all, guys, for watching throughout. I think we've done 3 or 4 of them. It's been
I'll put up a point recap for everybody so they can see what they got points for.
Oh yeah,
I'll do a
people like
screenshot
that,
for everybody so that way they can see that, because I seen somebody asking for it earlier. So.
All right.
Great.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. It's been super fun. We might
I
do
just
it.
want to say one thing real quick.
Don't know
Lee,
yet.
Thank you, Lee, for putting this together. He came up with, I think, mostly or all the point system and everything.
Yep.
He did a great job. So
And
good idea too.
I will say, Melissa is the person who tallied every single episode.
Yeah.
But the first one, I believe.
Yep.
The finale.
First one. I think what?
Oh yeah, the first one we were on it together, and I was showing you how to use the Excel sheet, and then
Yeah. So that all those props go to Melissa. You should be thanking Melissa, not.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we didn't trust Lee to do it. We didn't trust him.
Thank you guys for watching. This has been super fun. And until next time, see you later.
See you guys.
yeah.